Well, hey there, it's Elka.
And Jen, hello, welcome.
And we are here to do a live session, which is our favorite thing to do is show off and brag about all of our clients and students who have received the help of using our 5 strategies that we have used on the Zazzle platform to sell over $15 million worth of Zazzle products. We are Zazzle expansion experts. If you haven't gotten to know us yet, then welcome. And are you, yeah, we're on live.
Mm-hmm.
So Jen's just checking. But what we want to do today is have a free and open session for us to not only give you some feedback on what some of our clients have experienced with their journey by trying to do the Zazzle platform as a way to make a side hustle income work for them, to create an online business and generate that passive income. But we also want you to be able to ask us some questions about, how can you work with us? What it is that's the difference as to why these people are doing well and others are struggling on the Zazzle platform. And we want to get into that, and we'll be here for about an hour. So thank you for joining us today. We're so excited. And if you're watching this as a replay, make sure you put stuff in the comments about, anything that you have as questions, because we're going to monitor this video afterwards. And obviously we can't always accommodate everybody's time zone. We want to just get a little bit more information out there. We've now served people in over 30 countries with our training. We also have we've been on the Zazzle platform since 2008, and we love the Zazzle platform because it has given us our lifestyle and our ability. And I don't know, Jen's watching all the comments, so do you want to say something too, or do you want you?
Well, you're in the middle of the sentence, no? Or...
Yeah, I just noticed though that it looks like you're not interested, like you're off camera like this.
So I'm just sharing and making sure that everybody knows that.
So then I'll go like this or whatever first if you want to, or. But we have to just figure out what we want to do in terms of the camera. We want this to be like a chit chat. We want to be able to talk to people and see what their struggles are, how they, where they feel that they're in their journey for trying the Zazzle platform. If we want to know a little bit more about our journey. And in the meantime, while we're getting people on, I'm just sort of giving you some background. As I said, we've now served people in over 30 countries. We have thousands of people that are in our community. We've served thousands of people with our paid program, and like tens of thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands of people with our podcast, the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur Podcast, with our banner in the back with the logo. We also have this YouTube channel, which we're streaming to. We have show notes for the podcast, so people love coming to our blog and our website at elkaclark.com. And we are here to not only serve you wherever you are, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, whatever your preferred platform is. We're trying to get the word out that we stumbled across Zazzle in 2008, and people still don't know about it that much. But our ability to make that money on the Zazzle platform has been a life changer for us. It has allowed, and we still are on the Zazzle platform. We're always featured. We're selling lots on the platform. So it's not like we just did a couple of $1,000s. Now we're teaching. It's not like that at all. As I said, we've sold over $15 million worth of Zazzle product, and we continually sell year after year. And what we have found is people wanted to know what our strategy was. And we were originally just going to keep it to ourselves and continue to work on the beach and drink margaritas and just be able to have the life of just knowing that there's a secret platform that we can just continue to crush. The thing, though, is that we realized that our calling was to be able to help others as well. And we are so proud because now a combined group of the people that we do know the earnings of, from those that have been in our courses and our coaching and our masterminds, we know that our combined group have sold over $30 million of Zazzle product. So not that that's one person, it's a whole bunch of people, but it's sort of our top 20 earners. And so it's kudos to them. We're going to give you not just the dollar value, because it's more than money, right? We're always talking here more about what can money give you. What is it?
Just 1 second. When here, I have to.
Or then we have to stream to.
So we're gonna end this and then go back on.
Can't the people come on? We're also bringing in people live, and I'm sorry, I didn't realize that we were bringing people on through Zoom. But couldn't those people come on?
Yeah, I can.
Get people to come on. Anyway, all right. Well, we're just here, just average people, just like you and me, that are we're trying to figure out if we can maybe add people to the platform, and we used maybe the wrong one to start with, but Jen said we should go in through StreamYard, so we're here through StreamYard, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, we have some testimonials that we've recorded, and because we want to, as the whole session is called Proof It's Possible. And then what we can do is not only show you the recordings, but we were also going to bring people on live, and I thought they were just going to comment. But if they can't do it, we can also move it all to Zoom and give everyone the Zoom link.
I've given people the or Limery the
yeah, we can even do a second one with the
StreamYard link.
Yeah. Does that mean they can come on and be?
Yeah, they can come on. So hopefully people will be able to jump on StreamYard.
Okay,
so
awesome.
Limery, there are PDA
clients. This is the tech wizard. I'm doing business and like more strategy, and Jen does tech and design.
And the reason why I took off, sorry, I know we're chatting to each other, but the reason why I took off the Proof It Is Possible banners, because actually on Facebook, which is awesome, it's got the what's it called? The transcript or the captions,
okay,
and it
awesome.
was right on top of the banner, so anybody who's not listening can actually listen or read what we're saying.
All right. Well, so while we're working out that, do we? Are there any questions in the chat for the moment while we figure this out? And someone's saying, "Oh, there's some great comments already." So, hi from Ontario. Hi, Martin. I'm from upstate New York. Awesome. Hello, everyone from Virginia. How much did you sell last month? Sustainable web demand. I think it sold about $50,000 worth of Zazzle products. My favorite state, Christy's saying, sustainable web demand. Yeah, well, even from your username, I can tell that you're in another game. Right, you're like, let me know what you've done. Zazzle's not like a quick, like a gazillion dollar. Like if you're in ClickFunnels, or you're trying to do Shopify, or you're on Amazon Merch, or you're on Amazon KDP Publishing, and you're making like $100,000 a month from sales, then I don't believe that at this point. Actually, some of our students are making like $200,000 a month in sales. But what's really important is what's the profit. So for our clients that are making, like selling $200,000, they're making about $20,000 in like pocket that they're profiting. So I want to hear from you, Sustainable Web Demand, what you make. But if you're looking for like a bigger cash grab faster, then go somewhere else. Zazzle's not that. Zazzle's a long-term sustainable business that you can have for years and years, and it can give you consistent income. And if you want to make it give you more income, you can. But what we've realized too, and that's what I actually was starting to talk about, was it's not about the money, it's about the lifestyle. So for Jen and I, we could have like pushed it to $200,000-$300,000 a year, but instead what we did was we said, okay, after about like 150,000, we just want to have a good time. We don't want to we want to go travel. We want to do other things. We have more important things in life to do than just money. And so that was our objective. Some of the people that we're coaching now have gotten to that point where they're making like two of our clients made about 150,000 last year in take home, which means that they sold over 1.5 million. Oh, and there's Connie. And so we're trying to educate people on what Zazzle is as a potential. But if you are already making more money somewhere else, you're more than welcome to keep doing that because, Zazzle's a different beast. So anyone else want to say, hey, Connie, we'll get to you in a minute. Jen's doing all the tech. So when we're ready, then some people are saying that we're supposed to be on Zoom. There's a miscommunication. It's my fault. I thought we were supposed to be on StreamYard, but everyone else is moving over to come and join us here on Zoom like Connie is. Can I unmute Connie?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
There's a little.
Oh, there, down here on the little button down here. There she is. Hello, Connie.
Okay.
Hi, how are you? And there's Lynn Marie. Awesome. This is the reason why we make a good team. Jen and I, we each have great qualities, and now Jen's doing all this, tech in the background and making it work, even though we flubbed up initially in terms of where we're supposed to be. Okay. Sustainable web demand. I have problems with quick create templates, and I don't know how to do it. That's the thing, because Zazzle isn't a quick create site. So they do offer that as an opportunity, but that's not how you're going to make money on that platform. So this is one of the things that we teach is to actually not. I don't know how to do it. That's the thing, because Zazzle isn't a quick create site. So what's happening now? But that's not how you're going to make money on that platform. So this is one of the things that we teach is to actually not. I don't know how to do it.
Feedback. Somebody's playing, I think Denise, I don't know, somebody's playing Elka on Facebook on the back end of one of your tabs or something. So we've got feedback. So I muted Denise. I think that was maybe you. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Now I think it's figured out. So
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So so let's have a chat here. And let's Connie, do you want to go first? I have to unmute you. Or no, you unmuted yourself now. We both. There we go. There you go. You did it. Awesome.
Well, I just want to say that the coaching program and some of your other courses have been really spectacular for me. I've learned so much, all the stuff I didn't know that I didn't know about design and stuff. I've noticed a huge improvement in my designs. I'm still working on titles and tags, and that's why I like the coaching program. That's an extended program because it's you learn a lot when you go through the boot camp, but then as you're moving along, you have more questions. And then if it wasn't a coaching program, I'd be like, well, now what do I do? So it's a continuing learning process, and so I keep getting better and better. And I want to say also that before I started any of your courses, my lifetime earnings on Zazzle were horrible. I mean, in this last year since I've been with your courses, I've more than doubled my entire lifetime earnings, and so that's pretty exciting. I still have a long way to go, but I can see a lot of progress.
Wow, that's terrific! I'm so pleased for you, Connie. Really excited for you. Yeah, and I think that says a lot because Connie has really sort of taken the course by storm. She's always asking questions. She's always like right in there, showing up every day to make this work for her, and realizing that there's things that she needs to learn, and she's not resisting. She's just catching on and like absorbing everything. And that's the wonderful thing about the Zazzle platform is once you get it, things start to really work for you. But if you don't get it, if you just treat it like you do with Amazon or Redbubble, Society6, Teespring, then you realize that you're getting stuck, or you're sort of you give up before it's really should be giving up, because a lot of our clients have had that experience where they're almost at the point of giving up, and then they go, okay, well maybe I'll invest in the course. I don't know if that was for you as well, Connie, that you finally said, okay, I have to invest because I don't know why everybody else is doing well and I'm not figuring it out. It's just because Zazzle is such a different business model compared to some of the others, and it just takes some time. And so I love that you said that. Thank you so much. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Well, I just wanted to say that I was kind of getting desperate because I was always just using Zazzle as a hobby, and I realized I wasn't getting anywhere. So then I knew I needed to do something to actually make it work. And I found your free, some of your free classes and your podcast and your website and your YouTube channel. And, I realized that you guys knew what you were talking about, and you offered a lot of good tips just for free. So I figured, that's an indication to me that it's a good program, because some people, they act like they're giving you something for free, but they're really not giving you anything. And then I figure that I'm not going to pay, because the paid course probably won't give me anything either. But I realize you're giving out so much good information for free that you can take it to the next level.
That's awesome. So then can I ask you that question, that when you did invest, did you realize there was even more that was, or just let us know what your experiences after you invested then.
Oh yeah, definitely. I realized there was a lot more that I needed to learn. I still need to learn, that's why I like a coaching program that's ongoing, so that I can keep improving and keep learning. And it's a lot of work, but it's worth it in the end.
And do you feel very supported?
Oh, definitely. Yes, definitely.
Which is awesome. Okay, awesome. I really like to hear that. And anything else you want to add? Someone said that they want to join the Facebook group. We can put that in the chat for sure. We'll give you that information. But Connie, thank you so much for being on. And what's really fun about, we get to know people personally, and we get to know their struggles, and we get to know where they need to, even we can, from an outsider's perspective, can see where the work's going to have to be done. And we're just so excited and happy, and it just fills me with love and joy when I hear Connie say things like that, because that was huge for her. Initially, she was almost a bit no, I don't really need that, or I think I can do it this way. And and not that we're trying to get people just to do it because we say so, but it's because we've had, no, I don't really need that, or I think I can do it this way. And we've added another person.
We've added people. If you're on StreamYard, just as a FYI, close all your other browsers that have the links, or mute yourself, or mute the video on Facebook, because there's feedback. So I'm muting people.
Yeah.
So we've got Vivian and Patricia on.
Yeah. So I just want to get back to Connie's point. It's not it's not that we want you to submit to something, but we've done this for 14 years ourselves, and we've been teaching for 4 years, and we have so much really great social proof now of clients. We want to we just had a session with Brandon yesterday, and he said that he had his best month ever. So he sold over $230,000 worth of product in March, which means that he made $23,000 in earnings. And that's his all-time best. And that's because he's been with us since 2017. He initially started with the course that we had, which is now the Profit by Design Academy, and the reason that we even added the coaching to the academy is because that's what he needed as well, as the mastermind, the one-on-ones, the things that keep coming up after you start with the basics is very vital, because as you're building your business from making a couple of, and Connie actually made a really good point. She goes I can't relate to that. When, Brandon makes that much, it's how is that possible? But in his first year, he made $10,000, right? So that means he sold $100,000 worth of product. The reason that we keep saying these 10-time numbers is so that people understand that in most places where you're talking about what you make, it's the revenue. So everyone's overinflating that. So, but also people speak like that. So in the Zazzle platform, what we do is we say, hey, set your royalty at about 10%. And then that means that you would definitely be we kind of can average it out and say, okay, we know what their earnings are. And then we just multiply by 10 to say, what is it that they would have had to have sold in terms of product on the Zazzle marketplace in order for them to make that money. So we know the earnings. And then that's why we say they've sold about this much, right? Because there's other things involved in terms of how you get paid out, but just as a generality, so that you really just understand the significance of that. And so with Connie saying, okay, well, I can't relate to that, but he started out that way initially as well. So divide 10 by 12, and you get less than $1,000 a month. So even if you're making $500 to $1,000 in a month right now, you are at the same pace that Brandon was when he first started, right? So it's just a matter of continuing the business, continuing to get that investment, continuing to get the support, the insider information. I don't like Brandon for 5 years on his own, never made more than $500. And now he's, last year he made $150,000 in payout from Zazzle. So let the process happen. Believe it's possible for you. You're in the best area for support. There is nobody else on the planet that's teaching this the way we are. There's no one else on the planet that's getting this much results from their clients. And so it's worth a try. And the only thing you have to do is believe. And that brings me all the way back to Connie, who's been really generous with letting me just talk over her like this, is she's starting to believe. I can see it. Before she didn't, because she was so like dismayed and upset because she couldn't do it on her own. And it takes guts to say, okay, I can't do it on my own. And so I'm more proud of that than how much money she's making, because she's just like turned into such a confident person that she's now capable of anything she sees, right? Whereas before, that was not something that she could say she was truly okay with. And that's where we thrive the most, because we want to empower people to feel like they can hit their best potential. And then that way you can do more than Zazzle. You can go back onto all those other platforms and build your empire. That's what we're here for. So thank you so much, Connie, for being on and letting me share your story and talking about, things that maybe you want to not actually talk about. Of course, I was always confident. Right? Do you have anything to say or add to that?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head.
We love you. We love you.
I just had one question. I know Vivian's. We can only have 9 people online, so hopefully there's like on StreamYard, unfortunately, talking. And I know Vivian was on, and then she got bumped off, and then someone came on. So if you're on, and then you're what happened there?
So thanks, Connie.
Yeah.
You
well,
go off
someone left. Andrea left. So if you're on, then what happened there? Oh, Vivian left. Okay. If you can be in the queue, so I can see if you're waiting to come on StreamYard. So Vivian and Andrea, you were on, but we have spots for 9 people. So if you still want to say something and you want to stay online, then that's wonderful, because we do obviously want you to, share with whatever your experiences are. But if you're done talking, then and there's somebody waiting, then I'll let them in and I'll ask to leave. But right now, nobody's waiting in the queue. Just so FYI. Sorry, StreamYard's got a little bit of restrictions.
And thank you so much for modifying everything, because we did set you all up to go onto Zoom, but then we thought, let's do it this way, and we can stream through StreamYard. We can stream to YouTube, to all of our Facebook groups, and also to our profile. So my apologies for not giving you a heads up. Okay, so who else would like to talk and go on? Laura, do you want to just unmute, or do we have to do that?
I can try to unmute you.
There we go.
You have to unmute yourself, it says. I can't unmute you. StreamYard's a little bit different. There we go, yeah.
I got it. Okay, so I guess I started on Zazzle in 2017, and everything just kind of sat there. I didn't hardly get very many looks, and it was very slow. And I started the program in July, and I'm figuring out that there is so much I did not know. It's like being, like trying to sew a dress, and you've never sewn a dress before, and you really need a seamstress who knows what they're doing to show you how to do it. And I feel like Jen and Elk know their stuff very well. They could write the Bible on Zazzle. There's so much information out there that I'm still learning. And I just think it's a really good program. And I have benefited greatly just in the last 7, 8 months. I don't remember. But anyway, I'm starting to see things. I'm seeing more views. I'm seeing more sales. I'm seeing that I'm putting the products up in a way that they should be done, with the titles, the tags, and the templates, and how to promote. This is all things that I had absolutely no idea how to do. And I was just putting them, prior to this, I was just putting products up and just leaving them alone. There were so many things that I was missing that went along with just posting a product. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a great program.
Thanks so much, Laura. And we're so excited because you've made so much progress and you're so talented. And I think that's one of the things that's missing from the whole experience is that we as creatives, we have so many gifts that we can give. And it's like, and I don't even have as much creative bone in my body as most of the people that we've helped. But they're lacking the business side of things. And so it always perplexed me that why are those people not succeeding as much as they could be? And that's why we've started this journey, to help people understand the business side of things and make it easy and understandable for people who are not as business oriented, which I'm really excited that this is like, if you think about it, and this is just me reflecting, it's not me boasting. It's like, how did this happen? Because I just tried to make this work for me. And then it turns out that it worked so well that it was repeatable with Jen. And then now it's being repeatable and repeated over and over again with everyone else. And we did not start out as teachers or course creators or coaches, but we love helping people. We love doing what we're doing. And we love seeing everyone's success and getting over whatever it is that they need to get over. And sometimes it's not the knowledge of business. Sometimes it's even mindset or a block about self-worth. And so our program engulfs all of that. We make sure we cover taking care of ourselves, aligning our business, making sure that we have the skill sets, and also a community to be supportive and help each other and support each other and cheer each other on. And I love that that's all come together. We're creating a movement. We're creating the Zazzle phenomena, and as everyone just heard that, there's lots of people that were smiling even on camera here. And the reason is because every person has been empowered. The people who are succeeding now realize they have more potential than they ever thought possible. They are capable of more than they ever thought possible. And the only reason that they were putting themselves down before was because of their results. They were letting the results of their previous actions define who they could be. And I think that is so powerful. It goes even beyond Zazzle. But then the Zazzle platform is such a wonderful business model that it trumps every other business model out there. And it's one of these where you don't have to, there's no cap, there's no fees. You can go in any direction you want, or you can go in all directions as long as you're covering each direction properly so they can be successful. And I think that's what's always the thing that's helped us just stay excited about Zazzle even 14 years later. Does anyone else feel that way? Yeah, because we now do whatever the heck we want. We can earn as much as we want, or we can stop working for me, Jen and I, we've had a lot of things happen in our lives, and literally we haven't worked on the Zazzle platform for like maybe 4 hours a month for the last 7 years. It's coming up to 7 years after my husband passed away. And after that, we were just paralyzed and I was making over $150,000 at that point yearly. And I'd done that for about 6 years. And when my husband passed away, I couldn't crack my computer open. I was so traumatized, and our kids are so traumatized. And I still don't work on Zazzle very often, maybe 4 hours a month. And like a gentleman asked, or whoever it is, sustainable web demand. Yeah, last month I sold $50,000 worth of product, and I made about $5,000. And for me, that's great. $60,000 a year. I can handle that. If I want to, I can work a little harder and I can increase that easily because of my 5 strategies. That is something actually that I can guarantee. I can't guarantee that you're going to be able to do this tomorrow, but I can guarantee that if you do the work and everything works out for you, and you're doing constant, like the business aspect of building and growing your company, then there is potential for you to do the same. And that's why I feel so confident about saying that if I just put the work in and did the 5 strategies again, then I could just pull my business back up to make it earn over 100K if I wanted to. But right now I'm very comfortable at 60K because I don't have any debt. My income from Zazzle has allowed me to pay off my house, pull through like my kids don't have any debt, and they all went to school and university, and then I don't have any debt. I own everything. I have investments. I have real estate investments. I have a portfolio, all because I used my Zazzle money to act smart with what I had earned from Zazzle. I didn't just go spend it all, right? And because I made enough to be able to move myself into that next level. And so that makes me proud. It makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel like if I needed to, I could still, make this business even bigger if I wanted to. And it's so exciting for me. And I want that excitement for you. I want you to feel less worried about someone else creating your future. I want you to feel that ability to be able to create and be in control of your own future. So anyway, that's hopefully something that you really like. And this is not a speech. This is my personal experience right now. And hopefully it resonates with you because I'm sharing it with you. I don't often talk about my husband, and because it was a really tough time, and I just wanted to hide somewhere. And so to go through a lot of different things and still have my business be successful and to continue to be sustainable because of me using my 5 strategies is a blessing for me. And hopefully I can give that blessing to you as well. All right. So who else wants to talk? Thank you so much, Laura. And I love that you're in our community now and that you're just like right in there.
Well, I wanted to say that I feel like the tools that you give us are basically is kind of like an investment. They're like compounding, because like I've created stuff from the past, and it's funny because things will sell that I made a long time ago, and those sales, it kind of starts to compound, and all of a sudden I feel like it just opens up. And that's, how I feel like it's going for me at this point, because I had another best month ever. Well, besides like my November, but I almost made as much this month as I did in December.
Oh, that is awesome, Christy.
So, yeah. So I feel like I'm noticing the compounding start to take effect. Like the things that I did a long time ago are starting to build upon themselves.
Yeah. And that is exactly the business model that we teach. And then if you start to see that maybe something's dropping off a little bit, we give you all the tools so that you are ready to be there to notice that that's happening, and then to know exactly what to do about it to fix it so that it just something replaces something else. And it's not like a scramble or wild worry that, I can't pay my rent next month or whatever. And I want to just give some background to Christy, because Christy was working with us and she was just having lots of fun, and she wanted to do something creative, but she still had a job that she was working at, and she was kind of stressed about the job. But then, it wasn't aligned with what she really wanted. And I really love Christy's approach to life, because Christy just wants to live every moment. She wants to enjoy her daughter. She wants to enjoy her husband. And I love all the posts that you make on Instagram. And I keep going like, oh my gosh, I have to follow Christy a little bit more in terms of what she's doing. Like I'm more of a workaholic. Christy goes like, no, I want to go to the beach today. And, and I want my life to be this way. And I honor and respect that so much. And when she got the notice that she was no longer employed, she didn't freak out, because she goes like, I can do this now because I have my Zazzle business. And I love that, like, because we were worried for you and you're just kind of calm as a cucumber. You're just like there sitting there going like, yeah, I've got this. It's okay.
It's actually a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, exactly. And so to be able to have worked with Christy before that in both the Profit by Design Academy and also a mastermind, and really gotten to know her. And then like the two of us are sitting there going, what can we do for Christy? How can we make it feel better? Because she just told us that she lost her job. And then we go like, how are you doing? Is everything okay? Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Like,
it worked out good.
I
You
think
never
I
know.
think she's just in shock. I don't think she really is going to be good later. But you were, right?
I
Yeah.
think the universe was doing it on purpose because it said
Yeah.
it's time.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure it was pretty like at some point you would probably go like, oh my gosh, so now I have to get my Zazzle business to work for me. But on the other hand, you've shined ever since then, and you're sticking to your principles of aligning with your business principles that you want, right? And
Right.
that's the one thing that has really made us decide on the Zazzle platform rather than any of the other online businesses, because you can focus on chasing the trends, but we've had so many people who have come in to the program from other places like Minted and Etsy and Amazon Merch, KDB Publishing, where there's always the churning out of the next thing and competing and having to constantly, be good again in order for you to like earn your spot or get the chance to sell or be featured. And so because of that, they're burning out. Whereas we're not burning out and our students aren't burning out because we talk about 20 hours a month as work. And it's funny because even Brandon, he on our meeting yesterday goes like, well, I might not make my 20 hours next week. And I go like next month because I'm going to be busy. And it's like, well, you're crushing it anyway, aren't you? So like there's the whole idea is to get to that maybe 4 hours a month and still make $60,000 a year or $100,000 a year. So that's what we want from everybody. And obviously we have to be very careful. We can't make any income claim statements, but it's happening over and over and over again because people are trusting in themselves, trusting in the process, and showing up and doing the work. And Christy is a huge example of that. So thank you so much, Christy.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, who wants to go next? Denise, go for it.
Okay, my experience has been similar to Christy's when she was talking about how it's like compound interest. I've had that experience too, and especially since the last Christmas season, I saw a huge leap in November and December, and I thought, well, enjoy it while you can, because I know it always decreases a little bit after the new year. Well, this month in March, I surpassed any previous month, including November and December of 21. So I'm a believer too, and it was really a milestone to me. And I remember it was not that long ago. In fact, it's probably sometime in the summer or fall of last year that Elka did a video where she's, let's see, is that me with the feedback? I'm hearing feedback. I think I've got everything.
I don't hear feedback, but maybe.
Oh, okay, it's me then. I'll sit a little farther from the. By the way, excuse my mess. I thought I was going to be on Zoom with a background. So
we're all just regular
my creative mess in my studio. I call it my studio. My husband calls it the secret clubhouse. But I really I was kind of surprised yet not surprised at the results, because it was several months ago that Elka said, if you're not making at least $2,000 a month, it's just a hobby. And that kind of irritated me. It's just like, wait a minute. It's not a hobby. I'm not at $2,000 a month yet, but I don't consider it a hobby. I consider it, my career path at this point. I retired, and this was going to be my income source. And I also thought, I've had full-time 9-to-5 jobs that were apparently a hobby because I was only making, about $2,000 a month. And I thought, well, that's, so okay, I'll show her. I'll make $2,000 a month or more. And so I read that it wasn't just that, but it kind of got under my skin. I thought, this is not a hobby. And so also the 3-day thing that you had, I can't remember the name of it offhand, but the 3-day
the perceivable,
that was also a great fire under me to get me treating Zazzle as a business. And I'm not that well organized, as you can tell by what's behind me. I tend to be a little chaotic sometimes, and the structure of the Profit by Design Academy is really helpful to someone like me. It tells me exactly, I can make more things than are on the list, but I need to make sure that I'm not just throwing out things that are fun for me to make or that are easy for me to make. I need to make sure I have, X percentage of this sort of thing and that sort of thing. And I need to check those off at some point during the month instead of just doing what's fun all month. And some of those can be a lot of fun. And that's where I get some of my best ideas, because it's like one of those puzzles where they say, okay, you have to do, it has to meet these criteria. And then I say, okay, well, what can I do in that category that meets these criteria? And I've come up with some of my most creative products that way, and some of the ones that have really taken off and sold. And it's really been gratifying. And then there are these things that I say, well, I know I should make X because I've seen that it's very popular out there. Yeah, I'll make one of those eventually, and then put it on the back burner. And when it comes time to act on my research, it's like, okay, it's time to make that thing. And then it starts selling like hotcakes. I'm like, yep, Elka was right. I'm glad I didn't wait any longer to make that thing. So it's great because it's structured and analytical, and yet there's a huge amount of room for creativity and even a catalyst to creativity, I think. So.
We can't hear you.
Sorry, I did mute.
That's right. I could have said it instead of just pointing. I was going to point to your mute button.
And you did it again.
Because I don't know what happened.
No, you're muted again.
Why is it muting us again? That's so weird. Is it because I keep touching the mic? Okay, anyway, sorry. I muted ourselves because I got a message from Team Clark saying that Denise had a bit of feedback. So I muted us because I thought that maybe there was feedback because of us. And so anyway, we're back on.
We're back. I love technology. So Denise, thank you so much for your honesty, because that takes a lot of guts to understand your work process and to be humble enough to go like, because you could also be really upset and go like, oh, Elka was right again. That bothers me, right? Like, we're all adults. We all want to be right. We all want to be able to know that we're doing, like, that we know what to do. But that humility can transcend into a confidence, because first you have to undo those old behaviors and then add the new behaviors or replace them, right? And then those new behaviors of letting someone else be your guide for someone, like for if that particular person, of course, knows what they're doing, or gives you the best way that they've done it, then that's a really big step. And a lot of people struggle with that, right? They go, I can do it on my own, it's fine. And you can see that, like, you're still the one that did it. You're still the one that made the decision. So you're not losing your authority and your ability to make choices, but you're choosing to not reinvent the wheel. And I love that. And like, you're a teacher and you've got that background where you're always like telling others what to do. So it makes it even more and more, like, I totally understand, and I'm very compassionate for what you've just said, because that took a lot for you to say that, because I would be there going like, oh man, she's right again. And I want to prove her wrong. But that's interesting, because Brandon did the same thing. He goes like, I don't believe that your system works. I'm going to prove you wrong, but I'm going to make sure that I follow everything on to the letter. And he's our top earner in the program so far. So that's really cool. So keep on that vibe of, okay, let's do it anyway, because Alka said so, or Jen said so, and see how far you can go. I want you to be our top earner at one point, Denise. There's so many people that are coming up the ranks now. I think we have 13 people who have reached gold, which means that they've made over $1 million in sales or 100,000 in lifetime earnings. We have 2 people who have now reached, well, there's so many people that are already above $100,000. But then there's like Brendan and Christine have reached in the $300,000 plus, and like Denise and Christy and everyone else, they're all coming up the ranks, which is wonderful to be able to say they're going to be the next Brandon or they're going to be the next Christine. And then it won't be Brandon and Christine, it'll be like Denise and Christy and Connie, and it'll be lovely to have this huge community. Obviously someone has to be there to go like, I want to be like that person, but I want everyone to be like themselves, incredibly gifted people with such potential, and I want them to just be themselves and crush it with whatever amount of money they want to make, or whatever, if they don't want to make like gazillion dollars, but they want to make a certain number of dollars and then have the lifestyle that they want with less hours, less stress, or whatever. That's what my goal is to be in the moment. If nothing else, COVID taught us we have to figure out what we want in life, and we need to be doing it yesterday. Right? Because you never know what's going to happen in the future. And the sooner you get it set so that you're not just going through the hoops and the way that people told you should be happy, we have to decide what makes us happy, and we have to decide how we're going to live our lives every single day. So for me, like one of my things was always like, oh, when I get rich, I'll start a foundation. Well, I'm going to figure that out now. I don't need to wait till I'm rich. Like, what does rich mean, right? I can start now. I can start doing philanthropy in different ways, and ultimately also increase what I'm doing personally with my income generation to figure that out, right? And because instead of just going the way that people think that they need to be going, like get a job, retire at this age, do that, the whole world is your oyster. I want to be 40 and not work anymore because I want to have a gazillion dollar income at the same time. That is actually possible in this day and age, which is really interesting. It's just all the mindsets are broken in terms of what used to happen as your route through life. And we have to be those pioneers, and our group is made up of males and females, but we do have a large proponent of females. And I think that women in general have to now just step out of their comfort zone and go like, we don't have to be the role someone else projects on us, and we can do what we need to do and make it work for us the way we want it to happen. And I don't know if that makes sense to people, but that's what my mission is to help just let you have that feminine power, allow that creativity come through, and not be told all the time that you can't make money doing that. So does that make sense to people? And Vivian, yeah, Christy, Vivian, do you want to be unmuted and talk? I'm going to unmute you. Here we go.
Okay, now it's funny because I have the tech background, and I've had 3 different ways to try and get on until I could finally get on it. Yeah, but anyway.
Well, because we couldn't get you on because we had too many people on.
She
so
kept on changing her camera.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
No, because
All right.
everything was going out. But anyhow, and I prepared a whole little thing, and I know we only have a little time. Okay. What I was going to talk about is what led me to you and what made me make that decision, because it is an investment. Okay. And I had to decide if I was willing to make the investment, right? And probably like Denise, I really have a career in, I did have a career in education in different ways. And so I knew that I would understand whether or not I believed this was a well-structured course, if the person who was running it, had put it together in a way that could be understood. And what I did actually, which you wouldn't remember, is I started out doing the free videos. Then last June, I took a 3-day course so that I could have a sense of how you teach. Okay, I thought that was very important. And when I got done with the 3 days, I said to myself, and I believe in this, I don't want to regret not doing this. And so I decided I would march ahead, because one of my favorite sayings over the years, and I suspect it's yours too, is if you don't know where you're going, any path will do. And
Yeah.
right? That's probably an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing, which is simplistic, but it really is a lifelong thing to remember. And that's where I was with Zazzle. I didn't have a path. And I mean, the several things that you provide is a very structured path. I really believe, Lynn Marie, in the critiques, because I'm suffering right now. I'm redoing my whole store, thank you, because they give you a whole different perspective, and you have to be open to taking that perspective. I think that's part of what Denise was saying. And yes, I mean, I'm just new in terms of growing, that I can see there is a path, and I'm tremendously respectful of how you have put all this together and how much you want us all to succeed. That's what I'm glad I got in to say. Yes.
Thank you so much. That's so valuable to people listening, I'm sure, because it's important that you follow your path, and so that you're convinced, because that's one of the things we struggle with is we do have people in our training that haven't had the same success, right? But it's because they have yet to believe in themselves, and they've also, and that then translates into maybe doing some of the course, or being sort of opposed to doing certain pieces, or even just looking at the course in a way through their own filter. And unfortunately, that means that they're not able to, and open just to hear what needed to say to them in order to make the switch. And we want to be very respectful of people where they are on their journey. But once you're ready, and we're here for you. So I love that, and I love that you love like you've mentioned many times how easy the course is to use, the type of interaction we have with the course and the training, so that there's feedback, and the logistics of it, and the easy to watch videos, and the easy way to go back to the pieces that you want to look back at, and the support you get from our team when you have a question, and then the live the component where you get to ask questions live. And we have various topics that we talk about when we're doing live coaching. It's not just like, hey, how are you doing? What's up today? It's literally structured to make sure that we keep addressing all the different points, that I'll keep using those 5 strategies that we talk about and train you on. And so I love that you're so committed to the program. And Vivian's the first one who did all of the reviews. Yeah, we've had people on who were, with us since 2017. They bought the original course when it was called the 30-Day Profit Plan, and they have yet to ask for the reviews. Wow. And so this is the part that's always perplexes me. People said they want to make the money, they want to have this career, they want to be like Brandon or Christine, and I go it's all here. We're all ready for you, right? So I love that your commitment to all of you who are on. It's the part that's missing and that we can't give you, but we are here to support you in every other way. And when you're ready, we're ready to believe that you will shine as well. So I'm so excited for your future, Vivian.
Can I say one more thing?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. The other piece, and I think everyone on here understands it, through Facebook and the coaching, it really also becomes a community. And I think that's very important. We are all, and I've seen it demonstrated, willing and able in different ways to help one another. And I greatly respect that. So,
yeah. Yeah, we are here. I love that you said that, because that's so important for us. We do all kinds of things to try and make sure that that's a positive, thriving, building community. Even when you're not in our paid program, but the paid program is, extra special because we support each other, and there's people in there from all levels, whether you're a beginner or you've been like you're making $20,000 a month. There's people in there and giving advice and helping other people with things, which is, it's not just even our team, it's also the community. And we're here. There's an level of a feeling and a mindset of abundance that all of us can thrive on the Zazzle marketplace, and that's become true. Not only with how people are being showcased, how people are earning, and also just like the more camaraderie and the more respect we have for each other allows us to support each other. And it's so exciting to see, as I said, a Zazzle phenomenon movement. Okay. Now, who else hasn't gone yet? Who wants to go? Fiorella. And by the way, before I get to Fiorella, Lynn Marie has been on all this time. She is our support coach. And she's been with us since the beginning. She was a student initially, and now she's like one of our master, amazing people that knows everything and anything about the course and the training and the 5 strategies and Zazzle. And she herself is a Zazzle designer, obviously. And so she has been a tremendous support in the training, in addition to whatever we provide in the coaching program. And so she's on, and I don't know if you want to tell your own story too in a minute, but the level of support from Lynn Marie is bar none. So yeah, and she's there to support you along the way, and with the knowledge that she's gained over the years, and also from our training. She's been through 2 masterminds, and she's been doing everything, that all of our training ever since we started in 2017. So she sometimes knows more than where I've actually made the course or put this downloadable, because so she's amazing. All right, Fiorella, would you like to go?
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Perfect. I just want to say that this program has helped me in my personal life too, because I'm a person that I'm very distracted person. I don't know if, okay. I can stay sitting working for a long time. I have to go to see my dog, to eat something, to smoke, I don't know. And this, yes, I can help myself. So this program has helped me to be more focused and concentrated. And you have great techniques to keep my mind focusing in my goals. That's what I want to say. I'm quite new because I joined the program on October last year, but I feel like now I'm more concentrated because I'm like, I just want to go. Yes, that's it.
That is so important, though, right? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that you're finding that helpful for you, because that's what we're here for. So, and that will allow you to then create new habits, which will allow you, like you said, in your personal life to shine everywhere. Because I love your spirit, and I love your energy and your excitement. So don't ever say that that's a problem. It's part of who you are, but obviously, like you recognize that you need some structure so that you can get this done for you, because this is something you wanted to accomplish. So I'm really pleased that you're in the program and that we can help you.
Mm-hmm. Pues muchísimas gracias, Fiorella.
Gracias también.
If you want to say anything else in Spanish, Jennifer can translate and talk to you. And that's one of the other things. We have people from all over the world that we are connected with. I speak German, a little bit of French, English, Jen Spanish. And so, and then if we don't speak each other's languages, we figure something out. And we're always here to help you understand in whatever language you need, so that you can feel empowered and learn from the training as well, and succeed no matter where you are.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Anybody else who wants to speak or say anything? And then we want to run this tape. Thank you so much for being here for an hour. We want to just end, and all of you being on. Christy, Connie, Lynn Marie, do you want to say something? Denise, Vivian, Fiorella. We want to just say thank you to all of you for spending the hour with us. And also, we want everyone else who's always put really great comments on our feeds and so on. We have such a great community, and we're so blessed to be able to not only be part of that community, but to help support that community. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to serve and allow you to be great. So we do have like a little rolling presentation with some other people's testimonials who weren't on live, which you can talk or watch. And then afterwards, if there's any more questions, we can stay on longer, but we don't want to keep up your any more of your time if you don't want to. And we'll end with Lynn Marie. Before we do the little video, we'll end with Lynn Marie, and if you want to say something.
Well, I just want to say something very quick, and I just want to just say that it's been my pleasure to help everyone in the PDA and the coaching program. I've been with you for a year now, and I've seen people who have never been on Zazzle open their very first store to somebody who's been on there for 10 years and is having a hard time understanding they have to drop everything they've already learned and relearn. So I just want to say that we take everybody who has any interest in Zazzle, and seriously, if you have an open mind and an open heart, the sky's the limit. I don't want to take any more time because I think what you have to say is important, but
everybody really appreciates you as Team Clark. We have so many great comments and lots of love for you, and everybody is really taken to having you as their like support coach in our team. And Lynn Marie has been with us now for a while, but she's really come into her light and started to shine and come out and just taking that role on with full force. So we're really happy to have her with us and really appreciate all the work that she's done with us and for herself too, and for everybody else. And everybody here in the PDA is definitely appreciative of you and all the work and love that you put into the comments and the critiques. We've had, people are starting to drop off, but we have had about 50 people on all of our platforms here. I can see the whole total number here. So, and everybody is just praised Team Clark, which is Lynn Marie.
And then we have Annette, who does all the background stuff, sends you your emails and links at 10 o'clock at night, even though it's like, we have a great team that supports us, and we love them to death. And we are so blessed because we all just started out as Zazzle designers, and now we're spreading the love and spreading the techniques and the processes and the strategies and allowing others to shine while we're still all shining too. So we're just amazed at this community that we built, which we thought was possible, but didn't know if it was going to work because it came out of a need for us not having that negative energy on the Zazzle forum, and not having that negative energy when someone Googled Zazzle. It's like, oh, can you make money? It's like, yes, you can. Right.
And we also want, because I said we were talking about Team Clark really, and we can't forget our newest member, Melissa. She has come on, and she's a wonderful lady too. And she has just brought so much energy to the group as well. And I'm sure you've seen her in the Facebook group. And so I know we're speaking more about our Profit by Design Academy, and there are people online who have not been part of it. If I've given some information in the chats, but if you're interested, there's been a couple of people who have asked me some questions, and we'd love to answer them. So, but the community that we've created, if you would have asked me 3 or 4 years ago what my future looked like with this program and with this community, I would have had no idea that we could have grown it this much, and that everybody would come together and have this safe space where you can talk about Zazzle and just feel really supported and inspired to keep going, and just lifted up by everyone in the community. Like, there's no negative bone in this community, and we don't want that.
We feel like we're all friends, and we know more about than just what you made in your Zazzle business. And that's the part that we're so blessed and grateful for, that we actually get to be part of your lives and help you and really understand where you're coming from. And that makes it even more significant. And so we're very grateful for that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you everyone who popped
But don't forget to watch the little preview thing that Jen put together, because it'll get some tissue ready. I have my tissue. I always cry because there's so many really cool things, and it's not just all about money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is everyone who's actually on StreamYard, I'm going to remove you so that we can go full screen, but you can watch on Facebook. But thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for giving us your experiences and sharing with everybody online. It's really appreciated, and we love you all, and we just can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us together as a group. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, that was wonderful. And yeah, once again, thank you for everybody who came and joined on StreamYard with us. And if you ever want to come on StreamYard again, if you're a PDA member, but today you couldn't because there were a couple of people who are actually busy doing things, but they're watching on live on Facebook. And thankfully, Facebook has given us captions for first time ever. So some people have actually really appreciated that. So if you're watching live and you weren't able to join on StreamYard and you want to do so at some point in the future when we do one of these things again. And today is April 1st, 111. I just saw that. There's 4 ones.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. We'll take a screenshot.
And if you want to do that, then that would be wonderful. So we're going to show you a little video. It is a couple minutes long. If you have to go, we totally understand. But if you're willing to watch it out with us.
It's a feel-good video.
Yeah.
Just more testimonials from other people.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do that. I'll share my screen here. And then we will play the video. Here we go. And some people who actually were online have been featured in this presentation. I know Christy has, because we've got her testimonial on our website, which is awesome. And give me 1 second here. So, but there are audio files and there's some things to read. So I will read them out when they have to be read out, but we just can listen and sit back, grab a cup of coffee or whatever, and watch the presentation here. Okay.
And if you want to stay on after and ask questions, we're here for you if you want.
Okay. Alrighty.
Hi, Jan and Alka. It's Rebecca in the UK. I wanted to send you a really quick message. Just had a fantastic weekend of sales. Things that without your course, I would never have even dreamed of making. If you've got people that are sitting on the fence, they're not sure, does the system really work? Are Jan and Alka for real? They're for real. Their system really works. And you have literally changed my life. And I don't think there's many courses out there that someone's going to say that about. So hope you're having a fantastic time, and I'll speak to you really soon in the group.
I'm Chris Hardy, and I'm a Profit by Design Academy Bootcamp student. I love the content and the training and the modules, the downloads, the Facebook posts, and the Zoom Lives, and mostly being able to ask questions of and get critiques directly from Jen and Elka. It's just beyond. And the bootcamp gave me the structure and discipline to go through the course module by module and glean everything I could from it. When left to my own devices, I'd only pick and choose what I wanted to learn in the moment. But the bootcamp ensures I receive everything I need to run a successful Zazzle store. With the bootcamp, traffic and activity has picked up considerably in my store. If you're on the fence about joining the bootcamp, I'd say you're missing out on tons of invaluable learning that you need if your goal is to run your Zazzle business as successfully as possible. You don't want to miss out. Sign up now.
Hey there, this is Angel O'Grady. I just wanted to say how grateful I am for joining the Profit of Design Academy and for doing the PDA Bootcamp. I feel that the vast amount of information in this course gives me everything that I need in order to be successful in my Zazzle business. I love the sense of community. And I have to say, one of the biggest things that I take away from this course is to stay positive. If I implement the strategies and I do the coursework and I stay positive, I have a great chance for success. I am truly grateful for all that Jen and Elka do and how they make me feel that they truly care about my success in my Zazzle business.
Hi, Jen. My favorite part of the PDA is the list of 25 products to grow your business. I have used that every single day since I saw it 3 years ago. At that time, I was lucky to get one sale for 25 cents a day. I'm so happy to share the news with you and Elka that for the past 5 days, I have met my dream goal of $200 a day every day. I've averaged a little over $200. I can't believe I did this, and I did it with your help and the PDA, and I am so excited to see what comes next. Thank you so much.
I'm Laura Sweat, and I wanted to say that Elke saw the kind of artist that I wanted to become, and I've always wanted to create beautiful and cute designs, and now I'm doing that. Elke and Jen helped me realize my dream, which is to own a business online. I really struggle with many things in owning a business online. And through their courses and support and mentoring, I found confidence that helps me on a daily basis. Now I'm making more monthly money so that I can help pay the bills. I look forward to retiring my husband from his job, his day job. Thank you, Elke and Jen. Have a great day.
Hi, Elke and Jen. I wanted to thank you for all of your training and support. I started at Zazzle in June of 2019 with my daughter. She's a professional photographer, nature, and she started a Zazzle store to sell some of her photography, struggled. I came on board to try and help her, and I struggled too. I don't remember how I found the Profit by Design Academy, but I did, and I was a little hesitant to sign up because that was about 3 months into our venture in Zazzle, and we had made about $20. But I kind of knew that there was a big potential out there and that I should invest in myself and get some guidance. And it was great. I learned so much. And by the time that class was over, we had started a new store based on like stationery products, more of a design store. It did really well. The Profit by Design Academy, sometimes I struggled because it was all so new. And but the tutorials, Jen, you're just fantastic at talking people through technology. I learned Pinterest, Instagram promotion, and sometimes during the classes, I thought, why is this so detailed? Do I really need to do all this? But yeah, in fact, I did. It made my store much more professional, and the sales came. And that really encouraged me. So I signed up for the profitable membership, and more sales came. And by March, we had reached bronze, and it was very exciting to see the teachings put to work and successful sales as a result. And then in August, I joined one of your creative CEO masterminds, which was just fantastic. I think my biggest takeaway from all of this was to think like a business person, not take things so personally, just look at things objectively, look at what the market wants and deliver that. And the CEO Mastermind, there was some tough love, a lot of support, guidance. And my group, there was 5 of us, we're from 4 different countries. And so in addition to making additional sales, I've made 4 new friends. We talk on WhatsApp several times a week about Zazzle and about other things. It's my support group, no judgment. And it's just been really great. And I can't thank you enough. It's been a great ride, and I look forward to some more. Thanks.
One of the things I like most about Elke and Jen's courses are the live monthly webinar sessions. I always leave those sessions feeling incredibly inspired, and I always trust that the information we receive is accurate and well thought out because I know that they both have our best interests in mind.
Hi, Elke and Jen. It's Lorena from LD Design Loft. I just wanted to go on here and say thank you and congratulations on your courses. I'm so happy that I found you a few years ago when I started my entrepreneurial journey. It's been amazing, and your courses and your mentorship and all of the content that you produce has been helpful in my mindset and keeping my business top of mind. The community you've built has been so inspirational and motivating. I'm so happy I'm part of it, and I've learned so much. It really does help me and keeps me in line. And thank you so much for the value that you bring and for constantly improving and updating and asking for feedback. I think it's so great to find professional and successful women who have built their businesses with so much heart. And so thank you once again and congratulations. See ya.
Hi, Jen and Elke. I just wanted to say that the Profit by Design Academy is probably my favorite program because it's so comprehensive. I have an autistic son and was looking for something that I could do from home to support us. I tried Etsy and Cafe Press, but didn't make much for the work I was doing. And then I found an interview of Elka on YouTube, which led me to her blog. I knew this was the breakthrough I needed, and I started taking her courses. The Profit by Design Academy was a game changer. It gave me the skills I needed to set up a proper business, from store setup to design to analyzing for maximum profit. I love the community that Jen and Elka have set up and how available everyone is to answer questions and help each other. If you're serious about having a successful online business, the Profit by Design Academy is the foundation you need to start. And I am so grateful to Jen and Elka for all of their guidance and help on this journey.
Hi, I am Afilis from Venezuela. I'm in Zazzle since 2016, but I felt lost. I was looking for help because I know it's the right place, but something was missing to make it work properly. Well, I found the most didactic and effective Zazzle coaching available. A few months ago, I started the Profit by Design Academy with Elka and Jen, and it's been awesome. Awesome step by step. My stores are already C rank 4, which means a great improvement in their organization and the visibility in the Zazzle market. I learned a lot in a very short time. And I keep learning. It's only the beginning. But the biggest lesson until now is to take this like a serious online business, not a hobby. With the first improvement, I had 2 sales. After years of no sales at all. So I'm sure I can make it. They have a program for every level of Zazzle designer. What else? Infinite thanks, Elka and Jen. Try their courses because it works. It works. They are the best. Thank you. Infinite thanks.
My name's Martin. I run my own printing business and a store on Zazzle. I got involved with Elka and Jen because I was struggling to make headway in the manner in which I wanted with Zazzle. So I did the PDA. Now, if we look at did it work or did it not work, the answer is yes, it did. The year after doing the course, I earned 10 times more than I did in the year before doing the course. So my advice to anybody who's wanting to get ahead on Zazzle is do the PDA. If you want to get to the top in sport, you'd have coaching. If you want to get to the top in Zazzle, get coaching. It's really as simple as that. So I got my money back from the course and a lot more. At the end of the day, I think it's worthwhile. It worked for me. I was so impressed. I've actually gone on to do other courses with them. So if you want to do it, do it. If you want to get ahead, do it. If you want to succeed on Zazzle, do it. My advice, if you want to, do it.
Okay, so if you wanted to read this one out, because these ones I think don't have audio files anymore.
Okay, so our wonderful student Annie, she wrote to us, I want to encourage anyone who is questioning, should I jump? To just jump. It would be wonderful. It will be wonderful both personally and business-wise. Definitely life-changing in so many beautiful ways. As I mentioned, the heart and mind changes were completely unexpected. I had carried around hurt, pain, anger, frustration, anxiety, fear for years. All that is gone. I am so happy to say that I am free from the past negativity and I'm happily living in a safe, calm, peaceful, grateful, open space. That alone is worth more, That alone is more than worth any amount of money spent on a class or two. Then there is the business side. I would have been completely lost without your classes and mentoring. I went from $102.81 in 2018 to $6,870 last year, and so far this year that looks to be doubling or more. I went from 1.29 days, like earning $1.29 a day, to $25 to $70 earning days. I actually had my highest day ever this week, $100.21. Sorry, I'm mixing all the numbers up. I'm dyslexic with numbers, so if anyone can do it and I can do it, you can do it. $121.79 was her highest ever that week, which is awesome. That's just in a week. So very exciting. I'm always cautious, as you know about me. I've had to think things through, but sometimes you just have to jump, take a leap of faith, trust you're doing the right thing for you and your business to grow and move forward. So glad I did. It's invaluable, as are all of your courses and boot camps. Thank you for all of that you do and help others grow and learn and become the best selves. I'm eternally grateful. And that's from Annie. Okay, next. From Judy, Elka and Jen's courses are truly life-changing. I struggled on Zazzle for 6 to 7 years before I came across Jen and Elka's courses. They have made such an amazing impact on not only my Zazzle business, but my life. And she is this wonderful person who does wonderful things with Black Labs. Such a kind spirit. Kimberly, the Profit by Design Academy is totally worth it. I took the course and rebranded my store, fixed the titles and tags, set my reasonable goals. I really dove into the social media promotion section and made designs based on my avatar. I've noticed an increase in my sales in the last few months, not all of it holiday profit, which is something we teach, is make sure you don't just depend on that. And I've mapped out a weekly design and promotion schedule for 2021. Today was the first week I actually made my stretch products goal, and I'm super stoked. And that was Kimberly.
Okay, so Renat is from Europe, and she says, I now know what to do and the direction I need to go in with my Zazzle business. Every question is answered. I learn from the answers Jen and Elle could give me and others too. And this is very important because in our Profit by Design Academy, the course and also our coaching program, you learn from other people's questions as well. Some of us are quite shy. Some of us don't know what to ask. And so when you're in that community, in that space, and when other people ask questions, you might not think that it actually has anything to do with you, but it really truly does. And so Renat learned from other people's questions that maybe she didn't know she should have asked or didn't even really have on her radar, which is really, really great learning. And that's a very, very important point. And she says, the best part is that I have a plan now for my Zazzle business. And she is really happy and excited that she would be able to be part of the Profit by Design Academy. Okay, so this is now Brandon. We've talked about Brandon many times. I'm sure you've heard of him. We also spoke about him in today's presentation. And he even hit, $23,000 in earnings this past month. So I don't know if you want to say.
Yeah, so this is already outdated, even though we just put this together, because his earnings are so great that every month there's like a new number. But he's sold over $3 million worth of Zazzle products. And if you do that 10% rule, where he set his royalty at 10%, then you'll know that he's made over $300,000 in payouts from the Zazzle platform. And that's since starting with us about June of 2017. The Profit by Design Academy at that point was just a course. Then he started in with a mastermind, and then he got more coaching, and now he's in the one-on-one program for a reason, because he's busy and he has a full-time job and so on. Now, so the most important thing is that when he tried this on his own, and he's very capable, he's in like a executive in a big corporation, national corporation, international corporation, but he really wanted to make this work for him. And he knew the value of investing and making sure that he continues to get the top latest news, the most time effective way that he can implement the strategies and in his business leverage what he's got so that he can make the money he wants, because he wants to retire when he's like 55. And he wants to make sure that he replaces that big executive salary with his Zazzle earnings and anything else he uses his Zazzle earnings for, which right now he's putting that into real estate and rental income properties. So if you have that kind of a plan, long-term plan, where you're looking for early retirement, additional investment income, and so on, then that could be your why. And if that's the case, then you can resonate with that. And also, Brandon is not a girly girl or, knows all the trends of whatever's happening, but he's learning through us what to do. And he follows the instructions and he follows the steps. So and he's the one who said, I'm going to prove you wrong, that your strategies don't work. And unfortunately, he's had to eat his threat that it doesn't work. But it's also been really wonderful because he's the one who's given us like a day-by-day playback as to what he did every year for the first 2 years. And so we know all his earnings, and you can watch that on a blog post or a video, or read a blog post, or watch one of our videos. And the thing is that he's a real person. He likes his privacy, but he's still willing to give us all that information to keep inspiring you. And even though we can't make any income claim statements, it's really important that you understand that if you're sitting there going like, okay, well, it's not working for me, all the good spots on Zazzle are taken up, or, that's him, but not me, et cetera, then you have to remember that he also struggled for 5 years before he got into the program. And he was not able to do it on his own. But the shift between doing it on your own and being in the program shows you very clearly that it wasn't him. It was that he didn't know what to do, and he didn't have the support and the coaching and the mentoring. And so what would happen if you were in that position, right? Like, your past experience may not be reflective of what's going to happen to you in the future, especially if you do something such as sign up for the Profit by Design Academy, which is the first step. It gets you into the 5 strategies. It gets you doing everything properly. It, as some of our students said, it really gives you the guidelines and you have to do these certain things, and then you get those results. Then that's something that maybe you'd like to try out and see for yourself. Don't hold yourself back. See if it's possible for you by using the proper strategies that are getting results for not only Jen and I, but for others as well. Is there another one? There's more. Okay. Susan is a wonderful person too. She came to us. She'd already made about $12,000 on the Zazzle platform on her own. So she sold over $120,000 worth of product over several years. But in 2017, she came to us and she literally said, okay, I'm looking after my dad right now. He has Alzheimer's, but as soon as he's, he doesn't have much longer, which is really unfortunate. But when he passes, I don't want to spend another minute working. I want to make sure that my Zazzle business is taking care of me in my when I retire, and I'm going to have fun. And so she had a goal that she wanted to double, triple, increase her income as much as possible in the 2 years that she really was dedicated to work on it. So 2017 to 2019. And in that time period, she tripled her 4 times her income, actually. So by the end of it, she had made about $50,000 total and in lifetime earnings. And then since then, she's been enjoying her retirement, making a certain amount of money that's covering her expenses and giving her fun money. And now just recently in end of 2021, she told us that she'd reached the $100,000 mark. So while she's having fun, while she's retired, while she set up the basics, and just kind of like me, where I didn't touch Zazzle for a while in my business and everything, her income is still generating more. Like, her Zazzle business is still generating income for her, and now she's reaching these big milestones without actually working too hard. So I really like, if that's something that resonates with you, then do the work and see what comes out of it for you. Gri is a wonderful person. We met her in our Mallorca mastermind, which we held in Spain in 2019. And at that point, we got to know that Gree had so many different things that were really talented, important things, but she lives in Norway. English is their second language, and unfortunately, a lot of her titles and tags were not the greatest. And as soon as we helped her with that, and then we also helped her leverage the products that we're selling with business strategies and production strategies and all the rest of it, she just is crushing it now, and she's made over $100,000, which means she's one of our Millionaire Club's members, which means that she's sold over $1 million worth of Zazzle products. So that's really exciting for her. Now, Sandra has just recently joined us a little bit later than, like, she opened her store in 2018, but then she more recently joined the Profit by Design Academy and taking it more seriously now. And she's just crushing it already with only being in the program for a couple, I don't know how long she's been in the Profit by Design Academy, but then she's also started to take the one-on-one courses or the one-on-one sessions with us, which means that she's actually getting to the real, like, we're getting to the nitty-gritty. And that's what sometimes happens is people sometimes do the Profit by Design Academy training, but then they're kind of interpreting the training. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but they're just kind of making certain mistakes over and over again, and it's perpetuating because you're making more product, you're building your business, and so a little mistake at the beginning just kind of gets like multiplied too many times, and you think you're doing the work and you're trying your best, but ultimately something that you should have maybe fixed or altered at the beginning to create that initial habit that you're like multiplying to get where you want to go ends up creating an issue for you because it's not generating the things that you want it to generate in terms of views and sales. And so therefore, this one-on-one has really helped her to look into what is going on in her business and to be able to say, oh, okay, all I need to do is fix this. So she's got like 80% of what she needed to have done, but it's that last 20% that is increasing her income by 80% than compared to what she used to be doing. So I highly recommend that if you feel that way, that you're stuck, but you're trying your best and you're doing a lot of the things right, then ask us for a private consultation, and we can look at your business and we can see what we can do and suggest to help you and what's best for you. And we don't always like take everybody on. We look to see what it is that they need, and then we put you in a spot where you need to be in order to get the thing you need that's missing, so that the pieces of the puzzle can all fit together. All right, next person, Wendy. Wendy is another one of our wonderful students. We met her in the Australian Mastermind personally, but she's been with us since 2017. And she was always going like, well, why am I not as good as Brandon? And I totally get it, because she also, had a lot of weight riding on this. And she was a really hard worker. And she was working hours and hours and hours. And the first thing we said to her is, we can't get you to work so many hours. You're going to burn out. You're going to hurt yourself, and so on. And so, again, through all of our programs and training, we found that there were certain aspects that Wendy needed some help with, which we gave her. And now she is feeling much more confident, and she's already hit $134,000 in lifetime earnings as of December 21st, 2021. And she's just like on a roll now, which is lovely to see. All right. And I think it's last but not least, right? Is this last one? Yeah. Okay. So Christine is another one of our top earners. She lives in the Philippines. She works during the day with her parents at their business. So it's very difficult for her to create her own business, which she wants to do. She's still living with her parents, even though she's older, and she wants to travel and she wants to do her own thing. And so she wanted some sort of business to work for her. And now that she found Zazzle, she tried for 2 years to be like an affiliate, but didn't make very much money. And so $130 to be exact. And so then when she found out that we have a course, she was right in there. And she's got this great attitude of, tell me what to do, I will do it. So even in her first couple of years, there was no internet in her house. So she was literally working on Zazzle using her cellular data at 2 o'clock in the morning, because she had to work during the day. And the only time she had available was after midnight till 2 in the morning to get the work done on Zazzle, but she kept following our Profit by Design Academy teachings. She never said a bad word or complained or did anything. She just kept saying, what do I need to do? She showed up and asked questions. She she was not letting the negative get in her way in terms of, oh, I'm not making sales. She would just say, okay, how can I fix this? And so that really made a difference in terms of her success rate. And she's improving actually faster than Brandon is because of that attitude and because she's just so dedicated. And she also only is able to work about 20 hours a month. But in those 20 hours, she's extremely efficient and very strategical. And she's also doing the mastermind, and now she's doing the one-on-ones. So what the pattern is here, and I hope you understand this here, is that the Profit by Design Academy is where you start. Then you go do a mastermind, and then you do one-on-ones. Some people have skipped the mastermind because we didn't hold one, and so they're doing some one-on-ones with us now, but really you have to do all of those. And yes, that's an investment, but the return, as you can see, is great. I can't make any income claim statements, but whoever's really thoroughly invested, the investment is very little compared to what the gain could be. And so we want to really make that message clear. We're not here to sell you. If you can't afford it, or if you're not ready for it, we won't ask you to be part of something. But if you are coming to us and saying, I want to be like a Brandon or like a Christine, we're not going to hold back and say, well, if it's not a lot of money, right? If it's too much money for you right now, don't do it. We're going to say, well, what is it that you want? Do you want that or not? And if I'm sure you can find the money because it's a very small investment. Most coaching programs are 10 times as much money for the return that people are getting on this. So be very careful with your money mindset blocks to make sure that they're not holding you back from your greatness. Okay, so far, and this has to be updated again already, but this was just done recently, and so we've helped people sell over $30 million worth on the Zazzle platform. 12 people have reached the $1 million level in terms of sales, and we've had one client who's Brandon, who was originally at 20,000. Now he made 23,000. We have to fix that. And in the meantime, another person has been added to the Millionaire Club. So we have to fix that. But we're just so excited that this movement is happening. We would have, people were as invested, like Brandon, Christine, Gree, all the people we showcased, all believed in the Profit by Design Academy before it even showed success. So this is just icing on the cake and just proof that we're here for the long run. We've been doing this for 4 years, and we also are very invested in everybody's success, and we have a passion for each person's success, and we will hold you accountable. We'll, as some of the reviews said, some butt kicking might happen, and if you're prepared and want to show up for yourself, then we're here ready to show up for you as well. And if that's the platform you want to work on, then we're here to help you make a success on the Zazzle platform. Do you have anything else beyond this, or is that it?
I think that might be just try.
There we go. Okay. So one last time, the reason that we have this everywhere is so that if you want to, the way you can sign up is to go to elkaclark.com/start-and-scale. It gives you a whole overview of the program for the Academy, and it gives you options for signing up. If you feel that you need to talk to us first to see whether you're right for the program or you're ready for the program, you're more than welcome to book a call with us. We do 10 to 15-minute exploratory calls, and then at that point you can tell whether or not you're ready, and we're more than happy to do that because we are here to serve you based on what you want to do on your Zazzle journey or online business journey, whatever you want to do. If you're a good fit for what we offer and teach, then we will definitely recommend that. And if not, we will maybe give you some other suggestions. Okay, that's it for that. So I'm going to stop the screen share. Are there any questions that we should stay on for, or is it time to go? Is there anything you want to say out loud, or should I just say goodbye? Because thank you so much for being on for an hour and 44 minutes. We still have 22 people on. If there are any questions, please let us know. You can also message us at Team Clark on Facebook if you just want to message us, or write in the comments here below this video, whether you're on YouTube or our pages or our groups, and we'll be here for you. And we've streamed this also into our Profit by Design Academy coaching program. And the reason for that is because we want the people in the coaching program to realize that this is the beginning. And maybe that was a very big investment for you, and we totally honor and respect that. But every time that you make an investment, know that even if you're just at the beginning, make room for that next investment and that next investment. Jen and I, since I just want to let you know like a story, because when we first started on Zazzle, in the first year, we made $90 each, and we didn't even get paid out because you have to make $100 to get a payout. So a whole year of working and nothing happened, right? I mean, it's not still $90, but we were hoping for a much bigger payout because of how long we worked on it and how hard we worked on it. Second year, pretty much the same thing. We kind of figured a few things out, but for me, I made like $2,300 in the second year. And at this point, I'm going like, well, I have to make a decision. I have to say, am I all in and I'm going to make this work, or am I not all in and I should figure something out or go back to work or whatever, because I'd quit my job. And so there was no Zazzle training. I got every ebook or whatever was on Amazon at the time. It was not very helpful, right? And no one really told the secret of how to make 5 and 6 figures. They talked about setting up your store, and I was like, I have my store set up. So what I did was I turned to business training, and I said, you know what? The problem, and Connie said it too, the problem is that I've been treating this like a hobby, but I'm expecting results like a business. And so I have to treat it like a business. So what is it that I need to do to run it like a business? So I got training. I learned, I paid for coaches. I took courses and programs. And then I took all that business training and I applied it to my Zazzle business, and then made it successful. As you know, later on in my third year, made like $30,000, then $60,000 in my fourth year. Fifth year, I was over $100,000, and kept going like that afterwards. And at that point, I realized that I had put together a business plan, even though I was like flying by the seat of my pants for a bit, but I had the business knowledge. When people started asking me, well, could you kind of take it out of your brain and put it down on paper? Then I realized it's 5 strategies, right? And those 5 strategies is what's taught in the Profit by Design Academy. But not only that, but the Profit by Design Academy isn't just a course that you watch and then you have to go and take it, like go do it. The Profit by Design Academy is literally a walkthrough to set up your business with video training, support, feedback. So by the time you're done, you've set up your business, you've made a certain number of products, you've learned how to do social media, you've everything. You're literally doing your business while you're doing the Profit by Design Academy. And so we love that about that training. It's very specific and very oriented towards Zazzle. But then in the end, you realize, wow, I'm a badass business boss too, because all of a sudden you're taking that responsibility, you're understanding what the responsibilities are, and you're finding really easy ways to actually show up for those responsibilities. And that's the essence of our Profit by Design Academy. And then when you get better and bigger with your earnings, then you realize, oh my gosh, I have more questions. And 2 things are happening. We've got the Profit by Design Academy people who, some of whom have actually been in 2 masterminds, and they're doing one-on-one, and they're still in the Profit by Design Academy because they renew every year, because they love the community, they love the feedback, they love the, what's the latest thing, and also continually being able to ask questions, even at their higher level of business. And then there are also people in the Profit by Design Academy who are absolutely brand new, who are being supported by the tiniest of questions, right? And because they're just as valuable to that person starting as the bigger high-level questions to the person that's higher up. And so we're supporting you no matter what level you're at in the Profit by Design Academy. And then if you are ready to go even higher to the 6-figure and 7-figure mark, then we have the mastermind and the one-on-one training. And we make sure that you're supported and taken care of. But start with the Profit by Design Academy and keep it in mind that you're going to continually have to pay for coaching and pay for mentoring and invest in your business, no matter whether it's yourself that you're investing in or you buy a new computer. Your business costs money to run and build. And so this is part of your business strategy, and we're really excited to be part of your journey.
Mhm.
All right. Anything that you want to say? Because I've been talking a lot.
We had a couple of people sign up actually during this
Well,
time.
welcome.
Mhm.
Welcome to the program. It's going to be awesome. We're so excited to have you.
Yeah. And there were a couple people who were asking questions. I've put my email in or our email in YouTube, and then also I'll pop it into the Facebook group. But in the Facebook group, you're also able to just comment on the video if you're watching the replay. But if you have any specific questions, and if you even want to maybe set up a 15-minute discovery call with us to chat more about the information that you can find within the Profit by Design Academy or how we can help
Yeah.
you further, then that's also an option. And we will definitely love to chat with you. But yeah, we've kept you for almost 2 hours now. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
have,
being here.
We still actually have about 25 people on, which is awesome. So thanks for hanging out with us and chatting with us, and have a wonderful rest of the day and a wonderful weekend. And then if you're brand new and you just signed up, we can't wait to see you next week during our sessions, and take full advantage of the weekend. Binge watch all of the old recordings. Well, not old, the recent recordings. Watch all of the course material if you're brand new. And then we'll see you on Wednesday for our first session of April for our coaching session. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on and hearing our stories, hearing the people who have taken the Profit by Design Academy and gone through that journey of Zazzle success that they wanted to be on and are still on, and realizing that they can even dream bigger and achieve more than they ever thought possible. And we're so excited to have that as a community, and to be able to help inspire and help that success happen for them.
Yes.
And hopefully we can make it done, help you do that same thing. Do you want to say anything else, or should we?
No, I'm
Okay.
good.
So thank you so much for watching, and please, please, please leave comments here if you have any questions, or message us in whatever way you would like to. We will be there to listen and answer your questions. And we highly recommend you book a call as well with us. That starts by just saying, I want to book a call, and we'll give you all the details, and we'll work out a time that works for you. And that way we can help you individually decide where you want to go, and whether, we've had people who've asked us things like, well, do I have the chops? Do I have the design chops? And sometimes we're like, our mouth is watering. It's like, oh my gosh, just let us help you, because you have so many cool things that are going to be just bestsellers on Zazzle. Obviously, we can never make any income claim statements, but truly, we've been on this platform so long that we can really identify and see when people have that potential, and we can see very clearly and very quickly what is standing in their way. But then we're very gentle with our approach and helping you to make sure that you build the business that you want, the way you want, and have it as successful as you want. And so that's our excitement in the whole process with you, and the fact that we get to do that with you is awesome.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, welcome
Okay.
everyone. Have a great weekend, and we will see you soon. Bye.